be demonstrating for you a series of stitches abbreviated as YO, S1, K1, PSSO. This stands for yarn over, slip one stitch, knit one stitch, pass the slip stitch over. I would read that as yarn over, slip a stitch, knit a stitch, pass a slip stitch over. But for English knitters, those of us who hold our working yarn in our right hand, that's a bit confusing. We can't actually think about that yarn over right away at the beginning. It kind of happens in the midst of the stitch. I'm going to do this series of stitches first, and then we'll explain it. It looks like this. And voila. You're left with, if you can see that stitch that kind of lays to the left, see how it's diagonal? That is the yarn over stitch. Right here, do you see this little thing? This is the passed, that's the slip stitch that was passed over. So you basically decreased by one, but this yarn over is an added stitch. So your net gain is 0. You still have 2 stitches. All right. So what happens for this series is that you first have to prepare it by bringing your yarn to the front, and then you're going to go right into the slip stitch. So you're going to slip one as if to purl, just slip that stitch over, and then you're going to knit. Now, every time I think about knitting, I want to bring my working yarn to the back. Wrong. In this case, you need to keep that working yarn in the front and then knit the next stitch. And as you knit that stitch, this is where the yarn over happens. We knit, and you're left with the yarn over is laying on top of that slipped stitch. Do you see it right there? And so to pass the slip stitch over, we just go down, grab that slipped stitch, and pass it over. There you have it. Let's do it one more time. You prepare for this again, bringing your working yarn to the front. You're going to slip. Keep that working yarn in the front. Don't bring it to the back. Keep it to the front and knit. As you knit, there's the yarn over. You're laying that yarn over that stitch. You knit, and then you go back and get that passed, or that slipped stitch, and you pass it over. So again, you're left with the yarn over stitch, which lays to the left. See how it's diagonal there? Your slipped stitch has been passed over, and it's laying right there. And there is your knit stitch. Hope this helps. Happy Figure It Out Friday!